If grading is taking over your nights, your weekends, and your mental space, this video is for you. Because the problem isn't that you're slow. The problem is that most teachers were never taught how to grade without wasting time. Hi, my name is Julie. I'm a classroom teacher and I am here to help you in your classroom. Today, we're talking about grading. I want to help you remove the friction, eliminate the waste, and build systems that protect time without lowering standards or student learning. We're going to knock it out of the park for both us and our students. Today, we're talking about the biggest weekly time leak of all. It's grading. Truth. Grading expands to fill all of our time. Here's the reason why. Grading takes so long because for most teachers, there are no decision rules. We just simply grade everything. Everything that students touch, everything that students create, every question, every component, every attempt, because nothing tells us and no one tells us not to grade. Grading then expands to fill all available time. That's not a work ethic problem. In fact, it's just the opposite. You're working so hard. It's actually a systems problem. I have several tools to help you. Principle number one, only grade what you're assessing. Now, I know that that seems really intuitive, but think about it. You only want to grade what's attached to the learning objective. This is the most important grading rule, absolutely, that I can give you. I'm going to say it again. Only grade what you're actually assessing. If part of the assignment is not tied directly to the learning objective, do not spend time and energy grading it. You have two options. Don't grade it at all, or give it a simple participation point. Grading things that aren't tied to mastery for that learning objective do not improve learning. It actually just drains teacher time and it confuses students. They're scattered. Here's an example from English. A student turns in an essay. Let's say that the learning objective was writing the thesis statement. The teacher is not grading syntax. She's not grading if they could interpret inferences. She is grading the thesis statement. Those other items, don't grade them at all. Or it could be a simple participation grade. Yes, the syntax was correct. No, they didn't accurately identify the inference. Only grade what you are assessing. As you focus on that learning objective, guess who else will? The students. And then when you give feedback, they are focused on that learning objective, they'll master it. Here's your second principle. Feedback must require a response. Okay, an example from me. I was spending 6 hours every other weekend grading my students' free response questions for AP chemistry. You know what would happen. I'd turn those back the next Monday or Tuesday. The students wouldn't look at any of those red marks. Now, the hard truth is that my red marks are valuable, but if students don't read my feedback, it adds zero value. So we have to require students to respond to our feedback. Feedback that students don't read, don't respond to, don't use is an absolute waste. If you're giving detailed comments and students don't revise, reflect, or don't apply them, that feedback did not add any value. And you could have spent hours working on that. It's only when we give feedback and students are required to respond, that they will learn and we will see improvement. This is what I call minimum effective feedback. The smallest amount of feedback that actually moves learning. But again, the only way that works is if students respond to the feedback. Giving a student feedback and not requiring a full circle, you respond to this, you correct it, you identify your arc of learning, your misunderstanding, your mistake. If that doesn't happen for the student, no amount of feedback that we give will ever move students to mastery. Require students to respond to your feedback. Test corrections, rewrites, retesting. Principle number three, keep formative assessments formative. Now, what's the point of formative assessments? They're not meant to be graded because it's information for you and I to direct learning, to inform us where we go next in our instruction. Where are the students right now? If you grade every formative check, oh, even the thought of it makes me exhausted. Just thinking about it makes me tired. When you do that, you create extra work. You inflate grades and you lose the real purpose of formative assessment. Formative work, remember, it informs us. It also informs the students. It informs them where they are. Most importantly, it informs us in the next instructional move, not the grade book. So again, keep formative assessment formative. Do not grade it. Principle 4, design grading before you assign. As you're creating your assignment, you're actually thinking about how you're going to grade it. One of the biggest mistakes, grading mistakes that teachers make is this. Grading becomes the afterthought. Oh, I create this assignment, I create this test, I create this project, and then afterward, we figure out how we're going to grade it. Instead, ask before you assign, ask before you create. How will I grade this? What exactly am I assessing? Remember, it's the learning objective. How long should I take to grade this? Keep in mind, you want to match value provided with the effort invested. The amount of value that this grade gives you, that's where you match your effort. And think, can I batch grade this? Could I grade all of question 1, all of question 2, all of essay 3, all of essay 4? Can I batch it? Can I use thresholds instead of perfection? A 1, 2, or 3 rather than yes, yes, no, 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 yes. When you design assignments with grading in mind, grading stops being overwhelming. You've now given it guardrails. You've designed, you're in control, you're polling and strategically, systematically creating the grading to identify, have students mastered this? And the system of grading is doable and efficient. So let's look at the big picture. Remember this, the goal is student learning, it's mastery. It's not teacher exhaustion. It's not so that I can get a gold star for grading more than anybody else, so that I can be the last car that leaves the parking lot. That's not the goal. The goal is student learning. We can get there without doing overgrading. We want maximum learning with the exact amount of energy needed to reach mastery for both the students and for us. That's lean think. When grading is intentionally designed, you create that assignment that includes not only I'm being intentional for my students to reach mastery, for my students to learn, but for the grading to be effective and efficient. Students get clearer feedback. Students respond to feedback and it becomes a learning tool. You get better data and you get your time back. Win, 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 win. If this was helpful, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with somebody that's drowning in grading. If you want help identifying the biggest leaks in your classroom, download my free guide, The 9 Wastes in Education. You'll put on new glasses and see your classroom differently. The link is down below. Drop the word grading in the comments below if grading is really the biggest area stealing your time. We can fix it. Remember, do less and get more. You've got this up here. Lean, think.